Welcome, and
Welcome, everyone.
to the DNA Sportscast. Today we've got a nice little preview for game week 22.
Something like that, yeah.
That rhymed a little bit. Preview for 22.
That was nice. It's a nice little ring to it.
Well, a nice little
Well,
ring.
game week
Yes,
22
it
was,
does.
was all week, every week.
Yes. Would you like a scone with your cup of tea?
Scone? Scone?
No, I'm British. That was
Can't
not
get
Br-
your
that was not a British
predictions
accent.
right. You can't
That
get your accents right. You can't
I'm
do
actually,
anything right,
I'm
brother.
actually the worst at accents ever.
It'll stop.
If you ask me to do an Australian accent, I'll probably do it wrong.
You're a dickhead. Alright, let's get into it. Now, we got your boys playing Fulham at home.
Yep.
I feel like you're very weak, but
I feel like I'm keen to see Mudryk
But
start.
Mudryk very good. Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
And I've backed you guys 2-0.
I've done the exact same.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Even though Fulham aren't bad at all this season.
And
I
they beat
still
us not
feel
long
like
ago.
You guys just have that stature over them. And it doesn't matter where you guys be in the league. You guys will always beat them, I feel.
Yeah. No, we beat them not long ago.
There you go.
No,
So-
sorry. No, they beat us not long ago.
Ah, well.
But that was Felix red card. This is Felix's last game in the suspension, by the way. And the next week he is back, so him and Mudryk will play together
That's hard.
away at West Ham.
That's hard.
I can't wait to see that. That's
That's
hard.
hard.
That's
That's
hard. That's
so
so
hard.
hard. I'm telling you.
Actually, so-
I hope Mudryk starts. I hope he, just runs at them and scares the living shit out
Hey,
of
relax.
them, bro.
You're expecting Clark Kent to come on to save the day. Relax, cuz.
You know
One
what?
player.
You know what? He gave me I said this last episode. He gave me Hazard vibes in the way he started. You know,
So
not
let's-
like he's not, obviously. I'm not saying he played as well as Hazard. No, he looks like he has the potential to be that type of impact player.
I've got a question for you.
Yes,
Does
Mykhailo.
Mikhailo
Yeah,
Mudryk
Yeah.
score against Fulham?
I think he gets goal involvement.
That's a safe answer. Well done. Correct. So probably will.
Yeah.
He probably will. I reckon he may hit the back of the net. I think he looked really threatening against Liverpool. And I think against a lesser opponent, who's going to be defending him? I forgot
Yeah, the only
who.
problem I think is, are they gonna park the bus?
No, because it's one player. They're not going to let a second game
Or-
arc dictate how they play. They'll try playing the way they do, and we'll really see the effect that Mudryk has on you guys
Yeah,
against Fulham.
'cause
For sure.
the way to nullify a fast player like that, like him, like Werner, is to play a low block, and they have got no room to run in behind and stuff
yes.
like that. So if they play like that, it could, I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see what
I'm
happens.
just he's very good dribbling in tight places, and we'll see. But yeah, like I said, he's giving me the Hazard vibes.
Good
You know what I
vibes.
mean? And I haven't. I got really upset the other night because I was sitting there thinking about Bale and Ronaldo and those types of players, and Suarez. Not even like Messi and Neymar. I'm talking Premier League players that come in and absolutely destroy,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
levels above the type of powerful. Bale runs through the middle of everyone, just bangs it from wherever he is. Ronaldo does the same.
They
Suarez
exceed
did
all
the same.
expectations,
No,
yeah.
and I swear that you just don't get players like that anymore.
That's what you're expecting out of Mudryk.
Yeah,
I know that.
I'm expecting.
I actually-
Hazard's. I don't even class Hazard as Suarez, Ronaldo, Bale, like profile of player. Like I'm talking the big, strong, powerful. Just like Suarez, like get off me, I'll bite you.
Yeah.
Suarez is like push him off, volley from however far out. Ronaldo, I'm gonna run through all of you. Bale, I'm gonna run through all of you.
Powerful, yeah. I know
Like
what you mean.
Mudryk could do, but he's just players like that. They just don't. I swear they just don't exist anymore. Salah's different. Mane was different. Son a little bit.
I think
Son a little
I
bit.
think Salah definitely fits in that bracket.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's record goal scorer, comes in from Italy. I know he was at Chelsea originally, but no, I think he fits in there. I think Son almost fits. If he
Oh, Son-
killed it this
it's-
season,
it's
100%.
Son on his day. Son on his day
Nah,
can.
Son was consistent for a long
Yeah.
time, and for some reason, he's just dropped off recently. So,
No, I'm talking levels above. Like everything you do turns to gold. It's like
that's where he was at.
Darwin Núñez if the goals actually went in.
Yeah. That's it. No, but honestly, it's scary to see all the compilations. They're all funny, but look at where he's missing. Imagine he just learns to finish. Oh my god!
A couple went and then went in. It's a completely different story.
So that's what I mean with Liverpool. That's why I feel like they've got things more in place. That sort of touches on what we spoke about last episode.
The type, like even Haaland's not even that type of player.
He would be if like you said, teams didn't defend with a low block against City, but they do.
Yeah.
So
and I just want to see. Get Mbappe to the goddamn Prem or La Liga. One of the two. I don't care. One of the two.
Look,
I don't want to see you playing against bloody French defenses.
I'd rather
who are doing a 9 to 5 during the week.
Since we're talking about those players and not seeing much of them, we'd want Mbappe then. If that's what you're calling for, then Mbappe is 100%.
I miss
that version of that player.
Hazard, Bale, Ronaldo. That's the type of shit I grew up watching.
But
that's what made me fall in love. And they're just not there anymore.
Nah, it's different, man. It's different.
I'm not expecting another Ronaldo to come by the way, but I'm just talking players like that.
I know what you mean.
Players that excite you, like when you watch Suarez play for Liverpool, you're like, oh, he's gonna do something.
Yeah,
something special is gonna happen every single time.
Yeah. For sure. I think the last player you had like that,
Hazard.
I want to say Hazard, but I think Drogba had more of that than Hazard. Yeah. For sure. Probably the greatest striker of all time, 100%. Yeah. Pretty easy to call, if I'm honest.
His goals to game ratio actually wasn't that good.
No, but
it was the big games when he scored.
Yeah, so it always All right, so next game we've got Everton and Arsenal. Let's go through these shitty ones quick. I reckon. I think new manager, like you mentioned to me,
new manager bounce, but I don't even know who's going to be.
I don't think that will happen, and I think it doesn't apply to Everton because they're a terrible club, and, and I think Arsenal are way too good, and I was originally going to go 3-0, but I'm going 4-0.
I've gone 3-0 to
Arsenal. I'm going 4-0 Arsenal. I think they'll destroy them, and I think the Blues will be relentless after that game. And yeah, I think Odegaard should have an absolute field day.
Yeah.
Field day. And if Granite wants to come up a bit, why not? Have a laugh.
It's Everton's home game, isn't it?
There's not much more to talk about.
It's Everton's home game. I think the crowd and the environment around that stadium is going to be hostile.
Like they had like threats, coming through the ownership and everything. So Everton's it's up for sale now too.
The ownership wanted to go to their last home game, but I think someone told them no, it's not safe.
Yeah, so it's just got to that point with the Everton ownership. And honestly, the reason why I'm like this with Everton and I feel their pain, and that's why I think they need to go through a pain of hurt in order to sort of really improve and learn, and their supporters know when to spot a bunch of fraud owners. So thanks for that, United
maybe they
bosses and Everton bosses. So
they might end up going down to the Championship, working on their stuff, and then coming back up. I don't know, but if they actually get relegated,
that's not in their DNA though. They're got to stay in the Premier League, So
yeah, I know.
Alrighty, that's where their supporters. That's why they're even more salty. They've never been relegated. It's something I think they hold with much pride, and now it's sort of getting taken away from them, and because of a Chelsea boy walked through there and fucked everything up. So it wasn't that. All right, so let's go to something a bit more competitive. We've got Brighton Cherries. So I feel like Brighton sometimes don't do as well against some smaller teams. I don't know it's because of the teams they pick on the day, but at the end of the day, you play the team you get given. But I feel like it'll be a 1-0. Matoma's still good enough. And I don't think they're really going to feel Trossard's absence either.
Nah, Matoma's taken over that place. Like I said last week, one player goes, another player fills those boots like that, and arguably even better.
Unbelievable.
Manager, players, Caicedo replacing Basuma, Mitoma replacing Trossard.
But I remember, do you guys remember there was a player played for Brighton, Connolly, and I only just realised.
That sounds very familiar.
I only just realised that he just transitioned to the Championship, and I just think that goes to show. I know he's not towards the end of his career, but definitely had a lot of promise, and I think that what we were seeing was a lot of it got to do with Graham Potter's ability as a manager, and that's where Brighton, I think they just always appoint the right people at the right time. They know who they have and what they need, and they go out and get it at a reasonable price, or and that's look at Connolly. Like now, look at his true level of play. He's in Championship, but he could play in the Premier League once upon a time. So Brighton seems to bring the best out of their players. It's great to see.
Well, I've also
and
got
Mitoma being one of those.
I've also got a 1-0 same as you. We've got a lot of similar predictions this week.
I think we do.
Oh, well, a lot of these games sort of speak for themselves.
Huh?
Speak for themselves.
Yeah, fucking bastard! I gotta keep this closer to my chest.
I wrote this yesterday.
You dickhead. So just quick. All right. So we got.
Next?
So I got we both got Brighton 1-0 over Cherries.
Yeah.
Next game, United Palace. Again, disappointing loss to the Gunners. Though I feel like we played like throughout the whole game with a heart the whole way. So I think a 2-0 against Palace should be all right. I just don't see us having as much confidence going into this game. Palace does have a tendency to beat some better teams.
Are you looking at my scores?
You went 2-0.
I went 2-0 as well. Yeah.
Dead set.
Yeah, dead set.
Well,
you know what? Because you know what my thing of it is, you played them not long ago, right? It ended up being a 1-1 draw, but it should have been a 2-0 win.
Freak.
So, like, I'm watching that whole game. You guys should have put that second goal away like so many times.
I know.
And then that wonder strike doesn't happen every game. So that's why 2-0 seems about right.
Yeah, it does. It's a nice little meeting point, and I just like I said, Palace can sometimes surprise you. So see what happens.
Yeah. Anyway, what we got next?
Wolves and Liverpool. Now, what'd you go with? How about you start with
Wolves and Liverpool, both struggling. I've put a 1-1 draw.
Shut the fuck up, you have.
I have.
I've put a 1-1 draw.
Oh, there's no way. No way. Did you actually?
God, look, Wolves, Liverpool, 1-1.
How's one of us gonna win if they're all the same?
I said, Liverpool looked lost against you guys.
Oh yeah,
they've
looked lost for a while.
Trent being out of the team, I think that's going to be a period in which they've got to sort of adjust with. And yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, Liverpool can't score as many. They always go down first. And if there's any goals scored, they will go down first.
Yeah.
So they'll go down 1-0 and they'll come back 1-0. Potentially, if they want to score. I don't know. Up to you guys.
It's tough to see actually where the goal's gonna come from Liverpool and Wolves. Actually, I think Wolves haven't been great, so I think Liverpool will get an opportunity here and there, and they'll Salah, Gakpo, Nunes. Someone will put one in. I don't know. Someone will put something in.
I can go on Gakpo again this week if you want.
You do you, bro. Honestly,
I can't be fucked.
Not again. Not again. Leave him alone. He's already dead. He's already dead, bro.
Wolves and Liverpool play each other recently too. That's right.
Did they? There's a lot of repeat games.
So 1-0 Liverpool, and that was one goal. So they scored the first goal in that game, but I think
Wolves have struggled, but they've started to look a tiny bit
like better.
They've turned it around.
City, I know. First half wasn't great. Second half they scored top 3 goals, but the last 30 minutes they made it boring. And
the first half they slowly worked themselves into the game, and then Lopetegui made some questionable substitutions, which threw it all out of balance. But
alrighty,
I don't know. What's next?
The Villa-Leicester.
What
have you got?
I put 1-1 draw.
Thank fuck, I got something different.
Yeah, okay.
I've got Villa 2, Leicester 1. I said Villa looking better. Just better than them, and as I've mentioned, there's been 3 goals in all of their games coming up in the previous games under Unai Emery, and I feel like they'll cap that, go 3 goals, and because Leicester can score, but Villa just, I don't know, they just look a lot cleaner. So I'm gonna go with Villa 2-1.
Yeah, they're both teams that have sort of had their ups and downs this season. They put a decent performance in here. Put an average performance in here, they put a shit performance in here. It's like, depends what, you could get 3 different versions of each team on the day.
I was literally just,
on the day, like, they could turn up and they could play really well. They could turn up, they could play really shit.
But it's
that's what both of them can do. There's goals in them, there's leaky defenses in both of them, I don't know. But that's why I put a stalemate, because they're both very similar.
You reckon Villa's leaky?
Well, I know the mistake that stands out to me was Tyrone Mings' terrible header, which gifted Mason Mount a goal.
Nah, don't worry about
But
that.
that's
Honestly,
just-
I think Villa are very good.
Yeah. They're not bad. I think Leicester's got a goal in them here and there.
Fair enough. I think
They,
if
like,
Leicester, if Leicester were in normal form,
You know,
I'd be backing a
you
draw
got
here.
you got Madison. Vardy's still there. Struggling for names here.
You know, at the end of the day, let's just move on.
Yeah, right.
Brentford, Southampton. I've gone. I reckon Brentford are due for a strong win. They've only scored one goal. They've won games with one goal. They've drawn games with one goal. I feel like Tony is and winger. What's his name?
Wissa.
You know, they hopefully they do try to do something, but Southampton are a poorer side. Like we said,
Yep.
they've gotten their points recently, but I think Brentford 2-0 against Southampton.
Yeah, I've put Brentford 3-1. Same distance,
Difference of
different
2 goals, yeah.
score, yeah.
Nice.
You know, Ward-Prowse, it's another free kick in.
Nah, I don't.
He can't keep putting him in all the time. I think
Exactly.
he'll get the record eventually, but he
Not
can't do it every single week,
not
man.
now, not now.
There's no way.
Alrighty. Newcastle, West Ham. This is a game I actually cannot wait for. I think this is going to be a very fucking open game. Very
You
open
reckon?
game. Yes, absolutely. I feel like I don't know. I just get this feeling that out of West Ham's midfield, they know they need to run through Newcastle because I feel like their midfield's better than Newcastle's.
On paper.
I really do. They've got the better passers, better defenders. They've got stronger, bigger players, West Ham. But Newcastle technically are better. Jared Bowen, let's see what he ends up doing after his
Maybe those
two goals last
can
game.
Start a run of form.
That's
for
what they've
him.
been missing, you know. So, let's Skamaka. Stamata, you know, he's been, I think he's just been there. He hasn't obviously done too well. Souček needs to fucking do something.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been playing. Declan Rice has been playing next to Paqueta in the pivot.
He needs to. I'm saying that Moisey needs to change something up. Their method of success was through Souček a lot of the time.
There was a lot of goals.
A lot of headers. Create a lot of pressure going into that fucking box. But I think with Paqueta, there must be something wrong in that in West Ham. I think the signing Paqueta has changed him a bit.
Hey, they've moved him around positions a lot. I think sometimes they've tried him on the wing. They've tried him in the 10. Now they're trying him in the pivot with
The pivot's
Declan Rice.
awesome. I reckon
Yeah.
that's a really good spot for him. I feel. So
It looks decent against Everton, but again, that's Everton. So I don't know. This is a much tougher challenge. You got Newcastle at St James's Park.
Newcastle average, by the way, 1.6 goals per match. And I took a look at that, but West Ham's poor this season, even though they're on the back of a win, I still feel like Newcastle will push through. West Ham have a chance for sure, and like I said, I think there will be goals scored on both sides. But Newcastle being overwhelmingly confident and strong towards the end, and I don't know who's gonna win it for him. Take your pick.
Wait, what score did you put?
3-1.
3-1.
3-1 Newcastle.
Interesting. I put 1-0 Newcastle.
I like that scoreline too. It's gonna be
Because-
either one.
Like I said, this whole season they've been, not the whole season, sorry, since the World Cup ended this year, they've been still good but not as good.
Yep.
And they've still been getting their results, just not as convincingly.
Yes. Nah.
So yeah, I think a 1-0.
You're right, but I feel like they've
Maybe
they've got some momentum to still
They
build
are,
up.
yeah, they are due a big win. Like
Yeah.
you said with Brentford, they're due a big. Newcastle's due a big win. I don't think it's coming just yet, though, because I think Newcastle's gonna. No, not Newcastle. I think West Ham's gonna end up defending like their life depends on it.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. I think it could get out of hand potentially. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think if it gets to the point where West Ham's like shitting themselves, it'll be because they're like 4-0 down and they can't cope with it. But
Yeah.
if it's like a 1-0, West Ham I just see pushing.
Yeah.
So let's
up.
move on to the next one.
Yep.
So Nottingham Forest and Leeds United. What do you think?
I think Forest will win 2-1. What do you reckon?
1-1.
Yeah,
Leeds.
it's pretty close.
Leeds
Yeah.
leaky with goals, always copping them. Or
Yeah.
as always, just comes with the
What?
territory. Comes with the territory.
Okay. Nice.
Sorry.
Nice.
Forgot
the words.
I went, yeah, anyway.
Forgot the words.
I went full, yeah. Leeds United, Forest, 1-1. But yeah, Forest looked average against us, and I just don't know. I just
think
don't know.
Forest has good performances in them, and I think this will be one, basically. And
I think so too. Yeah, that's
Leeds, Leeds are just a bit very... How you going, man? How you going? I don't know about them. They're good sometimes. They're shit most of the time. So I think it's just going to be another bang average performance from them. And
I agree.
Yeah, Forest will come out victorious.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree. So that leads us to probably the biggest game of the game week.
See what you did there.
What?
Do you not see what you did there? From Forest Leeds, you said that leads us on to the last
Of course
game
I knew what I did. I didn't need to make it
you-
obvious.
what? I just said, I see what you did there. You're like, what?
Yeah, I don't need to explain it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I just suck. I've gone with... I don't want to get too excited.
Last minute change? What?
Nah, I don't want to get too excited. I'm going to go City 2-0.
Okay.
Yeah, Haaland with the 2 goals for sure. I'm not even questioning that. And I just feel like Conte's Spurs are just withered.
Yeah.
And they already look like they need another Christmas break. They haven't snapped out of it. I don't know what's going on with them. Yeah, I believe the midweek W, the win, was just a blimp in their shit form. I don't see them getting out of this. I think it's worrying signs at Tottenham, if I'm honest. I don't see them going on a good run anytime soon. Unless Richarlison decides. It's like, this is the thing, you're depending on 1 or 2 individuals to get yourself out of it. That's your issue.
Yeah.
Get your Emerson Royals out of your fucking team. What are you doing? I get it. He scored a couple of games ago, whatever it was. But
They need that right back they signed. Spencer?
I don't even pay
They
attention to
they
this much
signed this, like, one of the best fullbacks from the championship.
Yeah.
Hasn't even gotten a sniff.
I'm not surprised.
I don't know, like, where is this kid? He's just sitting on the bench.
Who knows what the politics are like at these clubs, but
Yeah.
Tottenham, I believe, there's obviously something wrong there, but yeah, I think Pep's side's going to be too strong. Haaland,
Yeah.
I think the midfield, if the midfield clicks though, I don't want to say Haaland's going to be the only one that scores because De Bruyne could just smack one
No,
in.
goals can
outside
come.
of the box.
Yeah.
One of the wingers could come, it could just be a ball across the 6-yard line.
I feel like De
Someone
Bruyne is
tapping in. It could be any inventive way of City. So
De Bruyne is getting at home, getting a really, really red face while he's thinking about all of the shit he's been copying it lately.
he deserves it though, man. He's forced a lot.
Remember, he's still top assists in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, but it
But,
was all front ended. It was like
Yeah.
everything happened at the start. It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was like he hasn't done anything recently.
To be fair, he is, like City, a victim of his own expectations.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is,
So-
of himself. Himself.
He's due a goal. I reckon he's due a goal. But with City, the goals, you think Haaland, but the goals could come from anywhere.
They can.
They
They
can come from anywhere.
they really
Yeah.
can. With
If you nullify Haaland, you got Mahrez running at you from the side.
any of their players, can
Foden
score,
running at
bro.
you, he's on
Any of
Grealish.
them. Foden was dropped.
For Grealish, I
A
believe.
couple of games ago, and you know what? I think Grealish has been playing better than him. And
He has been. Grealish has been doing well.
Has been not bad. So let's see who he decides on there. He's not. I know, bro. Foden's not injured. He's definitely not injured. It says he's got a foot injury. What? I couldn't tell you.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, man. There's so much cap. It's just like, dude, it's sunny. It's all good. It's not that sunny.
I
Like, we don't
cringe-
need that much
I
cap.
cringe every time I say cap.
I feel like
But it just
I
comes
feel
too easily.
prepubescent. Saying that, bro. I do.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I said 3-1 City because I just
I was
think
about to ask you.
it's the the 2-goal gap I just see between these two
Yeah,
clubs.
same.
You know, last game it was a 2-goal gap. It was 4-2. Now 3-1. You said 2-0. You said yeah.
Yeah, I got it
Yeah, you
right.
said
I got
2-0.
3-0.
You said
City.
3-0 this game.
Oh, no, this game, no, 2-0. This game, 2-0. Sorry.
Oh yeah. It's a 2-goal gap that you just see with them.
Yeah.
You know, like you see, City's good enough to put 3 goals past them, but Kane's also good to get a goal.
No, but Kane hasn't scored much past anyone recently. Same as anyone.
Oh,
up
he's
there. That's
second
why
highest goal scorer in the Prem.
recently, though. There's been one. He's always scored 1 goal in
No.
how long? Let's include his World Cup performance. He's terrible. At the moment, he's not playing well. He's just not. He's just
Oh,
not.
he scored last game. I'm pretty sure he scored like 2 goals in the game.
I'm gonna
before that or
I'm gonna
something.
double check my knowledge.
Yeah, double
because,
check real quick.
I'm sure.
Well, I'll get something else to say real quick while you do that. I know it has to happen. But
What's wrong, bro?
What's going
What's
on
wrong?
with these replaying fixtures? Like this week, you've got Palace versus United that literally happened with 2 weeks ago. You got Fulham Chelsea that happened 2 weeks ago. You got City Tottenham that happened 2 weeks ago. Like I know it has to happen because of the replays and all that and the postponed games, but like it's boring me. I want to see.
Boring me, bro.
I want to like we just lost to Fulham. I don't want to play them again.
So they reckon at this point in the season, expected goals in this season, they reckon 19.73. He's already scored 16.
Really?
That doesn't
What
make
they
sense.
only think there's 2 more goals.
Maybe
in
that's
them.
up until this point. So like he should have scored 20, but he's only scored 16.
Oh,
He scored
okay.
16 goals. Yeah, he's doing great. But all I want to see is 1 goal. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 goals in 4. Fuck.
Yeah, there
4
we go.
goals in 5. 4 goals in 6. 5 goals in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Don't worry about the
5.
World Cup.
5, and then add 5 goals. So he's scored 1 in every 2 games. In his last 10 games.
How does that foot?
That's
in your
not
mouth taste?
Kane-esque. That's not Harry Kane. He hasn't scored against the best teams as well. Let's look at who he's fucking scored against.
One
Fulham?
Fulham.
Missed out on City.
Yeah.
Played 90 minutes, no goals. 90 minutes against Arsenal, no goals.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
Scored
And the
against
other
Portsmouth.
Palace, Portsmouth, didn't score against Villa.
Yeah.
Brentford, you know, it's just. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
fair. It's fair. It's fair. It's
I
fair.
don't know.
You got-
He's not
You got
my
like
type.
a really small sized foot in your mouth.
No, I don't.
Nah,
No, I don't feel
no,
it.
you don't taste
tastes,
it at all.
tastes fine in my mouth.
Nothing.
Not at all. Like I said, we're talking about Manchester City.
Yeah.
Manchester
Look,
City.
If anyone's gonna score, who is it? For Tottenham.
Okay, but if I was the only player on that team, I'd probably score too. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just like, yeah, I get I understand his capability, but his capability right now isn't on par with what we've seen. And if it's not on par with what we've seen, then he's not scoring against City.
No. Well,
I
I
don't
put
think-
I put 3-1 because I think someone will score.
Yeah, I don't think
Could be
I don't think,
because City's defense hasn't been amazing,
no.
so I think
No.
they could be a penalty.
Could be,
Could
yeah.
be I don't know. Could be
Oh,
anything.
bro. All right. Let's take pens away. All right, let's take penalties away. If he scores a penalty, I'm not gonna have any foot in my mouth. But
No,
if he
no,
scores
that's
an
fine.
open
That's
play
fine.
goal, all right, I'll admit it. I'll say it on the show, but I was wrong.
I think
Alright.
I still think Kane's a better striker than Haaland.
I think we should end the show there.
No, but as in at the moment, Kane has more to his game. Haaland's just the best in the world at tapping in goals.
We've
but
touched on that.
yeah, we did touch on that.
I
but
can't definitively say-
Haaland should become better overall as well once he works on other areas of his game.
Nah, he's a different player. Kane has always looked to pass, whereas Haaland never really has. Unless it's
Yeah.
in like the middle third of the pitch. But that's it.
Alright, hey, Haaland's better at just putting it in the back of the net, plain and simple. But Kane's got more to his game.
So, like,
Haaland will develop that to his game though,
yes,
because he already does a little bit. He does it to a certain degree. To be fair, he doesn't need to do it as much.
But there comes a question in a player's, I think, career where they got to decide what type of striker they want to be. You know, so if he wants to be more like a centre. I think Harry Kane, if he was a bit smaller, he could pass. Like, he can pass amazingly. I think he's probably the closest thing to Wayne Rooney I've seen in regards to the attacking third. In terms of what he can do there, shootings. It's anything to do with passing, assisting, shooting, whatever it is. I think Kane is closest to him, and you can argue Rooney was a centre forward. He would play centre forward some games, striker some games. And I feel like if Kane, if he could play a centre forward role, it could be a bit different. But I think because of his height and everything, he has to be leading the team. So
So that's especially in that Tottenham team. He's got to be the man.
Has to be the man, and
he's been carrying them for a while.
Yeah, a long time now, and that's why I feel like he's gonna go.
So that's it for the predictions, by the way.
I think that's it, man. I think that's it.
There's no other transfers I can really think of.
Nah, I think next week we'll have a better idea, and we'll be done by then. So
I mean, for our
a few days before
Melbourne
the deadline.
Victory fans in Australia, Nick D'Agostino has left
to Vikings
FC
in
Norway.
Norway. Yeah. Anyway,
interesting move.
The Victory are fucked.
Victory's so shit.
So shit. Oh
so
my
bad.
God, man. They're a mess. You should see the games. They're a mess. So
yeah,
I don't think they got no striker. Fornaroli is nothing. Tommy Juric is nothing compared to what he used to be.
Nah.
Ikonomidis is okay. Sorry, when I'm talking about these qualities, I should probably talk more relative to A-League. Ikonomidis is good. I think Daggers was very good for the A-League standard. We're really going to miss him.
Is that a good move for him?
For Daggers? Yeah, you're going to Europe. Of course it is. And
yeah,
look at the Victory and look where they're at now. Why, he's going to get shelled off to some VPL side if he's not careful. You know what I mean? He'll end up like Danny fucking Allsop. Danny Allsop stayed in the A-League his whole career. He could have gone elsewhere, but he couldn't because there was A-League had no stature, and you just see what would have happened to Daggers if he didn't leave.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he moved there for $1 million.
That's not a bad fee.
Yeah, it's alright. For
A-League going for $550.
Yeah, you got A-League clubs don't really get much money like that, so it's actually any type of money like that's actually decent for these clubs. And,
it is.
Norway, I see people saying, is that really a big step up? Like, is the quality of football in Norway better? Like, I haven't heard of any of these teams. But I just think if you get your foot in anywhere around Europe, then you can
exactly. If you're asking that question, you don't know what you're talking about. So these idiots that are commenting whatever they want on the post, like, go for it. If I was Daggers, I wouldn't even be phased, bro. I'd be like, have fun earning in a year what I earn in a month. So he'll be on a lot of money over there.
Yeah, it'll be a decent.
He'll be on. He was probably on just under $1 million here. I'd be on over $1 million over there.
Yeah. Look, that's exactly. You just got to get your foot in Europe, and then you can you get noticed by you start in Norway, then you get noticed by I don't know, Swedish teams or Welsh teams, Scottish teams, and then eventually you can maybe work your way to England. You never know. You never know where that path's going to lead you, but in Australia, it's not really going.
It's nowhere, and if anything, it's just like the heavens sort of opening up for him because he probably thought he was never going to leave. He's been at Brisbane Roar, Perth Glory, and he was at Victory. So, and he Daggers I always heard about. I never really last few years I haven't really been that invested in the A-League, but I've heard of him. So, good luck to him, and any other A-League boy that wants to go overseas, do it. Just do it. Like, at the end of the day, we've got to learn from our mistakes. Like Velpato.
Velpato, yeah.
Velpato, I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but he's just another example of more talent we're just letting go. So, and especially to Italy. Like, come on, man.
First of all, we don't have the money to attract good players, let alone keep good players.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we don't. We have no incentives. We've got no league. We've got no teams. Look at the. You go to a game. Look at Nani, man. He saw it. He's like, this is ridiculous. He probably had a slight tear in his MCL and just said, "No, I'm done. I don't want to put my body on the line for this." Like, what? There's nothing. There's no passion. There's no love. There's nothing amongst anyone. It's just that Victory team looks shit. Still looks bad. And he left. So we've lost our marquee, we've lost our key striker, and that's it.
Yep. We did get Fornaroli in. He'll be okay.
He's 36.
He's still alright for this league. To be honest with you.
He's okay. He's
okay.
all right,
He's
but
okay.
he's not winning us
That's
anything.
the best. We're on the bottom of the ladder, man.
He was at Glory doing nothing. So he was sitting on his ass. So
Look, for anyone still listening about the A-League, it's simple. It needs an influx of cash. 2, it needs relegation. Because that's simple. Melbourne Victory finishes last, and the next season they could finish first because there's no, and if you are down the bottom, there's no real fight from the players to want to improve, to want to save themselves from relegation because it doesn't matter.
They're sort of
You're
just
gonna
pack
finish.
it in.
You're gonna finish last, and then you'll get to go again. You get to reset, go again next season, exactly the same.
And this is as myself or any Victory supporter is witnessing now is the players and their lack of commitment, and you just see it. They just don't want to. It's not that I don't want to be there. Jason Gary's come back from Japan, and he's fine, but it's just like he doesn't look as hungry as what he once was. When he used to come back in the day. You've got a lot of our better players are playing elsewhere. Like Oliver Bozanic is playing, forgot where, Central Coast, I think.
Yeah.
You've got James Troisi at Western United, Western Sydney.
Yeah.
And then you've got other Malakis, what's his name? There's a couple of good players. Adama Traore as well, not Wolves. Adama Traore. This Traore was before Adama Traore.
Yeah.
Being one was cool.
Yeah.
Actually, he made it cool. I fucking loved him.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this club has had players, and we just haven't done it right. That's where Sydney FC had, but now they're copying it too.
Yeah, they're copying it too. I think they're third last.
Second last. They're cuddling with. They just got 3 points over us.
Yeah, they just beat us, so they might be higher. But yeah, no, that's what happens with the A-League. All the players just jump around from team to team for free 99% of the time. So it's not
essentially free. Yeah,
it's not like.
So Sydney won a game and they went from 11th, which is second last, to 7th, which is 1 game away from the final. So
yeah, there's only 12 teams, by the way. It's not looking good for Victory, bro.
By the way, the team Central Coast Mariners, West Sydney Wanderers, the ones I just mentioned, are 2nd and 3rd. That's what I mean. It's just like this league isn't set up well. You could tell from a mile away James Troisi was going to be a freak, and that if whoever held on to him just needed he's been at 4 or 5 different clubs. It's just, I guess, the nature of the league. I'm not too sure. Oliver Bozanic was amazing, but I think we needed to clear up some space. And Traore earned to move elsewhere. All of these moves for Melbourne it didn't benefit us at all. The money we got from it, in terms of our recruitment, I think, I don't want to say Traore's money, but I think before we got Berisha, we got rid of some players and it helped us get him. But at the end of the day, there's just not enough players out there also to field a competitive game like in Australia. There just isn't. Yeah. Like you look anywhere in the Premier Leagues, they're just. I saw one player play for Heidelberg, and he ended up Kilkenny. They played for Victory, played for Heidelberg. He was top goal scorer. I watched him play, scored this belter against, I keep saying Perth Glory, but Perth Glory in Heidelberg, and dominated the game. As soon as he went to the A-League, he just shit himself and nothing. So
most lads will choose going overseas in Europe and trialing an academy there rather than a place in A-League here.
Yeah, for sure. You got the Dubai camps. I've shown up on my Instagram. There's on TikTok and whatever about Dubai academies and players.
Yeah.
Oh, you want your break in football? Come to Dubai, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's just crazy the reach football has, and Australia just hasn't capitalized on it. And you got Dubai. You know, a place that didn't have any infrastructure 40 years ago. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just, it's not looking good for the Australian football.
And the other thing's the cash influx.
Cash won't do shit.
It's not, but the funding from the government, all of the funding for sport goes to the AFL.
It's AFL.
Rugby,
it goes AFL. No, get this. It goes AFL, hockey.
Yeah.
And then soccer or NRL and then soccer or some bullshit. But
Yeah.
soccer is the most played sport in Australia.
And
amongst juniors.
For
Amongst
kids,
juniors,
and
anyway.
for these juniors to play, it's one of the most expensive sports.
So
yeah.
most expensive, most played, and the government doesn't want to do anything about it. Doesn't want to help.
But,
The AFL obviously has a say in the matter, you know,
Yeah.
and you can't really do
it's
much.
it's at the point where some parents can't afford to have their kid play because it's expensive,
Yeah, it's
right?
sad.
And that's why we end up with not being able to put two competitive teams together because it's not accessible for as many people.
It's about accessibility as well. 100% accessibility. There's no growth. There's no room for growth.
Yeah.
So you can't, even if you want to build on something, there's not much to build on. There's not much room. It's like, it's just like you've got AFL here, rugby here, tennis here, hockey here. And it's just like, hockey's not even that big. It's just in this conversation because of the funding, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
I've never been to a hockey game.
I
I've
know
never
of some
seen it
hockey
on.
players, males, females, like they're pretty good apparently too. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's sort of like, I don't know, man. It's just there's definitely something against the tide of Australian football, and I think because of that reason, whether it's because of the AFL, it's because of the facilities, the infrastructure, whatever you want to call it. The scarce nature, the scarce availability of quality players out there now too. Yeah, man, just go, bro. I'm telling you now, just go to South America and just pick up some players. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else you can do.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's it for this round, game week 22. We'll see who's on more points next week.
Oh wait, we're drawing.
We're drawing. But we did do a lot of very similar predictions this week.
Yeah, I know. So
Could still be a draw afterwards, but we'll see.
It could be correct scores, and that might be prove to be the difference.
We could both get 5 predicts. Oh my god, I'm stuttering like a motherfucker. We could both get
a lot of stuttering.
5 correct scores each.
Yes, we could, and
points.
that's a total of 15. Fuck me, that'll be great.
Anyways.
That's what I try to aim for. So let's go.
Yeah. Anyways, we will see you next week.
Thanks for joining in, guys.
See you guys.
Stop. Oh, that killed me.
Fuck's sake.
Killed me. Oh. I'm sweating after that. I'm actually genuinely sweating. I don't think I've... Oh my god, I didn't mean to laugh like that.